We stayed in Tokyo for a month recently, and in this video, we're going to share 7 awesome daily itineraries that we personally did and loved.
You can use these daily itineraries for one whole plan for your next trip to Tokyo, or you can mix and match them with whatever you already have planned.
I'm Kathy.
And I'm Derek, and we're a semi-retired couple in our 50s who sold all of our stuff in 2024 to travel the world full-time.
And this is Good Life Road. Today you'll start the day at the Meiji Jingu Shinto Shrine. This shrine sits in the middle of a huge forest in the middle of the city. It's famous for its massive cypress torii gates.
It's a great place to visit in the morning with all the beautiful trees in this forest before you head off and do some heavy-hitting city life. And it's truly amazing to realize that this location, this beautiful oasis, is in Shibuya still, and it's only a 20-minute walk from your next stop.
Next, you'll head to Shibuya's Crossing. The Shibuya Crossing, located in Shibuya, is one of Tokyo's largest commercial centers, and the crossing is the busiest pedestrian crossing in the world, with up to 3,000 people crossing at the same time.
So we recommend you watch the crossing for one whole cycle before you cross, and then you want to be able to soak it up at that moment. And then after you take your crossing, go to the second floor of the Starbucks right across the street, because you can get a great free overview of the whole crossing from there.
Now it's time to do some shopping. Be sure to check out the iconic Mega Don Quixote, which is huge, multi-storied, and has everything you can think of, from toys to electronics to makeup. And then go over to the renowned Japanese Uniqlo and GU stores for a little good discount price shopping. And then you can also hit Shibuya 109 if you have anybody in their late teens or early 20s in your life. They have lots of stuff over there that's a youth-focused department store.
And by now you might be ready for a little pick-me-up. So go right across the street from that GU, take the elevator up to the second floor, and check out Coffee and Tea Premium.
Coffee and Cake
Coffee
Premium.
and Cake Premium. This place has beautiful old world vibes, and it's just the perfect escape from the craziness of the Shibuya area.
After you've done some more shopping and walking around, it's getting a little bit later in the day now. So if you're looking for some atmosphere, you could go over to the Shibuya Yokocho, which is a little alleyway filled with tiny bars and eateries. You can grab something to eat and drink, have a seat for a while, but don't forget to get some great pictures.
Or if you find you're looking for more of a sit-down meal, we had a great dinner at Kabe no Ana Shibuya. It's a Japanese spin on Italian food, and it was amazing. The pasta was really wonderful. Or also, we had a dinner there one night at the Sushi Izakaya, which was super fun, really affordable for sushi, and a great atmosphere. So if you want to try any of these out, we'll put the names on the screen.
If you haven't already, please give this video a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Day 2 begins with a visit to the Imperial East Gardens, which are free to visit and don't require a reservation.
This is a great place to walk around in the morning, and if it's near Sakura, you'll see some gorgeous cherry blossom trees.
If you're an art lover, after the Imperial Gardens, you'll go over to the Tokyo National Museum of Modern Art. It's just about a 5-minute walk from the gardens.
And another place we love that's nearby is Marutsen Books. So if you're a reader, they have a great collection of books in English, and it's just a wonderful place to browse and find your next read.
When it's time for refreshments, there are a couple of cafes inside the bookstore that are a great place to get a simple lunch or a coffee or tea to sit down and enjoy your new book.
If you have the inclination, Nihombashi will now be your last stop of the day.
The neighborhood of Nihombashi is home to the Mitsukoshi main store. This is one of the oldest, or the oldest, department store in Japan. And it started off as a kimono shop in 1673. And then in 1904, it became a department store. So it's got a lot of cultural significance, and it's really beautiful inside.
Yeah, and the Takashimaya department store is nearby, so it really makes for a fun day of, or part of the day of shopping and browsing.
Today is an exciting day. You're going to be starting at the Tsukiji Fish Outer Market.
They call it the outer market because it used to have an inner market. That inner market is where the big fish auctions used to happen, and that has been relocated. It's called Toyosu Inner Market.
Yeah, we didn't make it to Toyosu, but we've heard it's really fun to get there and watch the auctions.
Yeah, I think it just got too hectic for the fishermen to have all the tourists there too.
We recommend getting to the Tsukiji Fish Outer Market around 9 a.m. Because it does close in the early afternoon. And it's a really fun way to explore all the stalls and eat some of the freshest seafood you've ever had in your life.
And yes, it's full of tourists, but this is one of those occasions where we think it's well worth the hype.
So after your morning at the Outer Fish Market, you're going to walk over to the upscale neighborhood of Ginza. And on the weekends, they close down the main street, so it's for walkers only. So it's a really nice place to peruse.
Yeah, and then when you're ready to take a break, we had some really good matchas over at Latte Art Mania, and they've got plenty of seating, so it's a nice place to take a rest.
This is a great day to start the day a little slower. Savor your coffee and breakfast, and then go, if the weather's good, go pick up some prepared food to take over to the park near Tokyo Tower in Minato City.
Tokyo Tower was inspired by France's Eiffel Tower. It was completed in 1958 as a symbol of Japan's post-World War II recovery. It's a great place to take that prepared food and enjoy a little photogenic picnic.
Just a 15-minute walk from the Tokyo Tower are the Success Steps. And legend has it that a very daring samurai rode his horse directly up these very steep steps. And these steps are still used today for a lot of people who are hoping to do really good on an exam or get a new job or a raise. And so they're a really exciting place to visit.
Yeah, they represent a deeply Japanese concept of pushing beyond one's limits, and just as a samurai had done that rode up those steps. And also it's really cool because there's a nice shrine and a beautiful garden at the top where you can rest.
Tokyo enjoys its pizza too, and what better ending to a long day?
There's a few great pizza places in this neighborhood, and we had a really cozy, yummy dinner at Pizzeria Doro Shimbashi.
By the way, we created a free list for you of all the great places we visited in Tokyo. You can get it now on our website at goodliferoad.com. And we'll put a link in the description.
Asakusa is a lively part of town filled with things to do and explore. So today, after your breakfast and coffee, you're heading over to Sensoji, Tokyo's oldest Buddhist temple, which was founded in 645 AD.
Yeah, and we really also just liked walking around Asakusa. There are lots of streets lined with beautiful boutique stores and eateries.
And these really neat arcades that are like...
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Covered arcades, kind of like what you'd see in Paris.
For lunch, we highly recommend stopping in at Toriyoshi for one of their delicious and authentic chicken dishes.
And afterwards, get yourself one of the wonderful old school desserts at the Mountain Coffee Shop just next door.
A nice little way to balance the busyness of Asakusa is to go to the nearby neighborhood of Kuramae. This trendy little area used to be a warehouse district, so it sometimes gets referred to as the Brooklyn of Tokyo.
And there are a few great artisanal gift shops along the way. And then also along the Sumida River, there's a place called Asage Cafe, which we ate at and got some coffee. And it's a great place. It's got a deck on the back over the river, which is really nice.
And right across the Sumida River from Asakusa and Kuramae is Sumida City. This is your next stop on today's itinerary.
This is the area we stayed in, and we got to know it really well. It's a little bit off the beaten path for a lot of tourists, but we think it's definitely worth a visit.
Sumida City Park is a great place to walk around. You can see locals enjoying their time outside there. We also saw lots of turtles and egrets at the pond, and there are a few coffee shops that line the waterway there, so they're cozy places to pop in and have a snack or a matcha.
Yeah, and then take a walk along the river. The Sumida River is an amazing place to see if you're there during Sakura because you'll see dozens of blossoming cherry trees. But even if you're not there during Sakura, take a walk on the river. It's a great place to soak up the vibes and get a really beautiful perspective on this amazing city.
If you're looking for an observation deck, you can walk over to the Sky Tree in Sumida City that boasts 360-degree views of the city.
Today you'll start the day after breakfast in Shimokitazawa. Shimokitazawa has a hip, kind of old school Tokyo vibe, and it's a wonderful place to peruse the many vintage stores, bistros, and coffee shops.
Yeah, it's a great place to spend half a day just shopping, taking some nice long coffee breaks. And here is a list of some of the many vintage stores in the area.
Then from Shimokitazawa, you're going to take the train to Ebisu. This is another great neighborhood where you can take a break from the busyness of the city.
Here, we recommend having a delicious lunch, or what we sometimes call dinner, at Tokyo Curry Stand.
After eating at Tokyo Curry Station, you can walk across the street to the Tokyo Photography Museum. And over there, there's also a nice high-end shopping area and a beautiful plaza.
Yeah, and we didn't get a chance to do this last time, but if you hang out into the evening in Ebisu, there's the Ebisu Yokocho, which is one of those little alleys, and it's filled with izakayas and little eateries.
So if you choose to move on now, you're headed to Nakameguro.
Nakameguro is near Ebisu, but a completely different vibe. If I had to describe it, I'd say it's right in between the edgy Shimokitazawa and the more refined Ebisu.
A must-see part of Nakameguro is the very scenic and photogenic walk along the Meguro River. And the streets alongside the river are lined with boutique shops and curated vintage shops.
Yeah, and there's lots of eateries to choose from in the area. We had a delicious dinner at Kitan Gyoza.
Last, but definitely not least, today you're in Ueno.
Ueno is an area not to be missed. The Ueno Park has a lovely scenic walk along the pond. We saw some of the most beautiful cherry blossom trees there. And we also saw an area where there were vendors set up and all sorts of neat antique household items and clothing. So there was lots of neat stuff to walk around and browse. If you do want to do the vendor stalls, just make sure you check ahead because it might just be on the weekends.
Also within Ueno Park is the Tokyo Zoo and the Japanese National Museum. The National Museum is a great place to learn more about Japanese history, and it's got an amazing collection of samurai stuff and other historical artifacts from Japan. It's well worth a visit.
And after the tranquility of the park, you'll work your way over to the Ameyoko market, which is chock full of Japanese denim shops and vintage streetwear clothes and lots of little eateries around for you to grab something to eat. And it looks really pretty as it starts to light up at the twilight and into the evening.
That's all we have for you in this video. We hope you like these itineraries. If you want to learn more about what to do, see, and eat in Tokyo, as well as getting around and all that good stuff, check out some of our other Tokyo videos.
Yes, and we'd love to hear from you, so please drop us a comment, give this video a like, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you all.